All right, so in this problem, we have the area of a rectangle is 22.4 units and the length is 1.6 units, and we're asked to go ahead and find the width of this rectangle. Remember, the formula to find the area of any rectangle is you multiply the length times the width. So when we're writing this up, the first thing I want to have you do is define that variable. We're going to need a variable in this because we have an unknown number. And remember, in the algebra world, when we don't know a number, we use a symbol, usually a letter, to represent it in our problem. So we're going to say let W equal the width of the rectangle. Oh. All right, so we've defined the variable with the let statement, and now we need to come up with the algebraic equation for this problem. And I'm telling you it needs to be a multiplication equation. And your gut might be telling you that you need to divide, and you will, but you need to be able to set the relationship up as multiplication. We're trying to expand your ability to reason with area problems by not just always letting you jump in and find the solution, but rearrange these numbers that you're given to see them in different ways. So to get it set up, I'm going to just label my rectangle. I'm going to call this 1.6 the length and this side W. And I know when I multiply these two things together, I should get the area of 22.4 units squared. So that may help you when you label it to see what equation I'm looking for. If you take 1.6 and you multiply it to W, you should get 22.4. And you have to show this with algebraic notation. This was in our previous unit, emphasized each step of the way. This is a multiplication of a number times a variable. We do not use an X between it. Absolutely do not do this, because that looks like 1.6 XW where that's a variable. That's not the algebra way. We don't even put a dot in between them. We don't even use parentheses. We use those when we're dealing with numbers that are being multiplied together. But when you have a coefficient and a variable, you simply write it as 1.6W. And that equals 2.24. All right, now that we've got our equation set up as multiplication, we're ready to solve. So to solve it, what we want to do is we want to circle our variable and draw a line down the middle of that equal sign so we can clearly see the variable and in the number with it, and then the 224 on the other side. So I'm going to circle my variable W, and that'll help me know that I need to get rid of that 1.6 by doing inverse operations on both sides. The opposite of multiplying by 1.6 is dividing by 1.6. So I'm going to divide both sides by 1.6. On the left side, the 1.6 cancel, and you get 1. On the right side, when you divide, you're going to need to do it off to the side. I'm going to come over here. 2, if my pen will cooperate, 22.4 divided by 1.6. Okay, don't start dividing till you set up your whole number here. Swoop, there it is. If you swoop that one, you got to swoop this one. Swoop, there it is. And now you just you're going to do your division as if the problem was 16 into 224. So 16 goes into 2 0 times. 16 goes into 22 1 time. So now I'm going to go 16 times 1 is 16. 22 take away 16 is 6. And we're going to bring down the 4. 16 goes into 64. Well, if you don't know, you come off to the side and you start guessing. I guessed 4, a number between 1 and 9. 6 times 4 is 24. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. Bingo. So 4 times. 16 times 4 is 64, so I multiply, now I subtract, and I have no remainder, so I'm done. Got a whole number for that one. So the whole number is 14. So that means the width of this rectangle is 14, because 14 times 1.6 is 22.4. So the width of the rectangle is 14 units.